Get on your spot, you little shit.
Okay, so you are being recorded.
Yes, of course. Sorry, give me 1 second to move my little spoiled brat of a dog. Move, baby girl. You know where. Good job. Okay.
So I don't know if I have any questions for you. Just want to spill what you got to talk about. I don't have
Yes.
questions later.
Okay. Last we did this DR was right after I won veto. That was all cool and good. Timmy got renominated. That sucked. And Liam got voted out unanimously. Physical endurance competition. And it was a buyback. And Liam is back in this competition. I'm so happy because I know it'll just piss off Gizmo and Timmy G. Now, to make the timeline. Last night after the vote, there was a little call in the house chat. Not a lot of people were on. It was just me, Seb, Alex, and Jay. And then Timmy G was there for a little bit. But eventually, it was just me and Jay. And Jay was talking about how no one was really talking game with him. And I was like, okay, well, let me just give you the rundown of what's been going on. I was like, right now, it's pretty much just Timmy G and Gizmo running the game. And it's kind of been like Timmy L and Liam and me on the outs as the targets. And Jay was like, oh, okay, cool. Fast forward, we do the buyback on the HOH comp. And I'm out of breath because I just like ran up my fucking stairs like 2 different times.
No worries.
So, and barely anyone's competing. Timmy G and Lily aren't competing, which is good because like Timmy G, Lily, and Gizmo, and also Sab, but Sab and Timmy and Gizmo were outgoing intuitions. They're all tight. And so it's just me, Timmy L, Liam, Alex, and Jay competing. Alex drops, and it's like starting to get painful. It's like an hour and a half, and Timmy L and Liam are trying to tell Jay that he's not the target. It's Gizmo, Timmy G, but Jay won't drop, and it's getting really frustrating. I'm in pain, and I just want this to end, and Jay won't believe us. And I'm like, brilliant me pops into mind because Jay was told by someone who we wouldn't say that he was told that Timmy L was gonna target Jay and nominate him. And obviously, me, Timmy L, and Liam all know it was probably either Timmy G or Gizmo, but we can't say it. So then I'm like, And then I remembered, I'm like, wait, I just told fucking Jay what's going on in this house. He's probably just, which I would later find out he was just dumb and forgot. And he later thanked me for reminding him. I was like, Jay, do you remember the conversation we had last night? And he was like, yeah. I'm like, was it one of them? And he goes, yes. And then goes, are you really not going to nominate me? And they go, yeah. And then he dropped. And then me and Timmy both said that we wanted Liam to win for the drama at all. And me and Timmy all just like threw our cups down. And Liam wins HOH. And immediately nominates Timmy G and Gizmo. Oh my god. This is literally so amazing. I'm so happy because this is a big moment in the game. This is the moment when the hunters become the hunted.
So, do you have a preference for if they both remain on the block for which one goes?
I think my preference would probably be Gizmo, just because I don't see myself ever actually being able to talk to him. And I could see myself at least being able to probably talk to Timmy G if this scenario would arise. I think Timmy G is the bigger target, though. But this veto is going to be interesting because they're both good at comps. And I wonder if one of them will win. I kind of hope that I get picked for veto. The chance is like low, but because I want to be able to have a chance to get one of the items for it. Because I wasn't able to get one because I had to use the power veto myself last time. But
So,
yeah.
do you think there are other items that may have been claimed?
Well, I know there's only 2 possible items that have been claimed because Timmy L used it on himself on week 3. I think Chips Chip said that he had to send all those things out of like his answers for the mastermind competition, or else he would lose his vote. Is what he said. Is what someone else said that he said. But I don't know. I think he got an item. But Timmy G said that the item that he took just made him lose his vote, because it did. I don't know if he got an item from that. If he did, that'd be surprising. I think he just lost his vote, and it was just like a bad thing. But then also, I can't be too sure. So hopefully, if getting Timmy G on the block does make his power come out, or like at least get the power out of the game. Honestly, I shouldn't target Gizmo. I should target Timmy G just because he might have a power.
Why do you think Jay was like so like suspicious of you guys? And who do you think he heard that he was getting nominated from?
Well, as he told me, it was one of them. It was either Gizmo or Timmy G.
Oh, okay, yes.
As I said, Brian, were you even listening to my story?
Yes, I was. I'm just a little tired right now, but I'm okay. Plus, I need to think of more questions.
Yeah. So, like, as I said, because I was like, Gizmo, do you remember what we talked about? And we talked about how Timmy G and Gizmo are running the show. And he was like, yeah. And I was like, was it them? And he was like, it was one of them. Because he just didn't want to say the name. So I know it was one of them. I figure it was probably Timmy. But it might be Gizmo, because Gizmo's like a lie. But it doesn't matter.
Did Jay piss you off with his unwillingness to drop?
No, he didn't. I understand why. He was just like, he was worried. I was just getting pissed off because my arms and fingers were tired, and I kind of yelled at him at one point, but I wasn't like mad at him. It was understandable because he was being lied to, and he was worried. And it's just like, if I was in his position, I'd be worried too. But it's just like, it just need to be reminded, because not a lot of people have talked game with him. He doesn't really know what's going on. Just need of what's going on in this game, and that he really was safe.
So you think that the tides are turning for you? That like the tides are turning against Gizmo and Timmy G, and that whole side with Seven Lily?
Yes. Yes. It's just such an amazing feeling. It feels
And
great.
now you can compete in the next HOH. What do you think
Mhm.
about the double HOH ending? Are you happy about that?
I'm so fucking happy. Because me and Timmy L, like, we had to talk about it before, because we were thinking of Liam not being in this game, not going to be coming back. I was like, listen, as much as I want both of us to be co-HOHs just because we control it, I feel like it would be, we like talked about, I was like, I feel like it might be better if just like one of us wins it, so then one of us can be in the next one. It was like, yeah, so this singular one, going back to being singular is nice, because then it's not like you or like two of your allies can't compete in the next one and puts you as like sitting ducks, because that's kind of what
Timmy
happened to like the other side this week with Gizmo and Seb not being able to compete.
Timmy L's like your closest ally right now.
No.
Oh, who is then?
And for who I think is Ruthie.
You think that? I mean, she's your number one ally.
In regards to who I am most loyal to, she's my number one. I don't know how she feels about me, but we have like talked to him a lot. And we've talked about it, just like we're really close. So hopefully she feels the same. But it's like, I think Ruthie's my number one right now. But like, we do have the alliance of me, Ruthie, Tamiel, and Liam.
And you're loyal to that at the moment.
I am. I do have backup plans set up though,
Which are?
in which I was trying to get closer to Alex during the house call, just like have him, because I want, if Timmy G and Gizmo go, and I think that he's kind of like just like being with Timmy G because he saved him by campaigning for him that first week. If Timmy G goes, I want him to come to me, and but the thing is that my alliance isn't going to know that, because we just make jokes and we say that he's inactive, and I just don't want. If they don't know that I'm close with him, I want to keep it like that. I've also been trying to talk with Chips a bit more, and just like try and get a bit closer with him. So if Timil or Liam do turn, just because it's just like, if we do get out, if we are successful in getting out Gizmo, Timmy G, Seb, and Lily, and they go after me instead of the other people, just because they might see me as a threat, I don't know, then I can have that support from them.
So you're comfortable with your position in the house right now?
I'm not comfortable as long as Gizmo is in this house.
Oh, so once oh so once Gizmo leaves, if that happens, you're not gonna go after Timmy G as hard.
No, because I think Timmy G will target Liam and Timmy L over me, but I think Gizmo will target me over Timmy L and Liam, which
Fair
is
enough.
why I'm a little torn right now with just like I would really rather I like I would really love for Gizmo to leave this week, but I'm just like, should I do that? Because it's just like Timmy G might have a power, but then he might use that power. So it's just like, you know what? I'm just gonna wait and see what happens this week because I am talking a lot just before this week is played out. So it's just gonna develop.
Do you think are you already thinking of final twos and who you would like to take the final two, or are you making deals or?
Um, no, I haven't been playing that hard actually. With like talking like that because I've heard about all these alliances like Timmy L and Liam were in alliance with Gizmo and Timmy G. I guess I heard, but then they turned on them. And there's all these. I'm like, oh, I'm like, I wasn't even in any. And then there was like that alliance that Ruthie made with me, her, and Olivia, and then Olivia walked. And then Liam made the alliance of me, Ruthie, Timia, and Liam. I think, but I do think that Liam and Timia are loyal to that because I think they were loyal to Timmy G and Gizmo, which is why they're so hurt and going after them because they betrayed them. So I think they're like branding themselves out as loyal.
Do you
So
do you think Liam and Timmy L got mad at Jay for what happened today? Like from what I saw, it seemed like Timmy L was a little mad and like really coming for him.
uh, I think he, I think it wasn't. I think that frustration, like I said, because I think it can be brought back with context clues. The frustration was not at Jay; it was at people putting words in his mouth, like how it happened with people saying that he called Jill bitchy, and he didn't actually say that. And then now with people saying Timmy G or Gizmo saying that he was targeting Jay when he really wasn't.
Okay. So one last question that I can think of: if you win the veto this week, provided you play, and there's still the options, are you definitely picking one of the options rather than the veto for sure?
Yes, why would I fucking use it on Gizmo or Timmy G?
I mean, if this game changes at rapid pace, you never know. They might be in your PMs tomorrow.
um, I haven't messaged Timmy G in a week.
So y'all know where you stand with each other.
Yeah, I've. It's one of the reasons why I sometimes don't do that good in these games is that I just stop talking to people and trying to maintain a relationship with them if I'm thinking of targeting them. But because I just like I'm not good at being fake or like that. I never have been, so I just don't try. Which is another reason why I like fought Gizmo right when he won HOH because he like tried to come at me, and I just like if you're gonna go, I'm just gonna match your energy, sis. Like what about it? Like nominate me, bitch. I don't give a fuck.
So
I mean,
you're out of the three options, you're happy with Liam coming back in the house rather than Jesse or Jill?
yes, especially because I kind of like voted out Jesse. But yes, I'm so happy Liam's back in this game, and I'm so happy that he's HOH, and then I'm also going to be able to compete in the next HOH.
Oh, so you're gonna try to win the next one.
Yeah, because I know that next one, whichever one of like, because I'm guessing Liam's probably going to nominate either if one of them comes down, he's going to renom Seb, and I know that the three left out of Gizmo, Timmy G, Lily, and Seb are going to be like going really hard for that HOH, and I'm going to need to go really hard for it. Also, because I just now it's kind of the middle of the game. Because seeing that I did throw it to Liam, I do kind of need to start building up a resume for if I do make it to the final two.
Got to get that resume
Yeah,
going.
yeah, because I don't want to be a floater, and that's why, unlike some of the people in this cast, that's why I fought to flip the vote on Jesse because I was really tired of just being told what to do by Gizmo.
Okay, so who do you think the floaters are in this house right now?
Um, right now, It's Seb, Alex, but like I feel bad for Alex. Like I'm not saying that like as an insult. Just like Alex hasn't been on the game. That's just like a fact. But like he has his like own personal problem going on. That's understandable. And Jay. Um, I don't know about. I don't know about Chips because he was the deciding like final like vote that we needed to be able to put the vote on Jesse. A week ago, but he also isn't making that many moves. So I think it depends if he actually does anything else. He he's on the tipping edge where depending on how he does, he could be going back to be considered a floor, but if he actually does stuff, he could go back to being like a player, just like doing stuff like without comp wins, you know? Um right now, the people that I think are playing really good games, like I said, I've said this a lot, my dear, I think Timmy G is playing a really good game. But I think Lily really set herself up really well and having these meat shields of Gizmo and Timmy G. Like she's the only one who it really makes sense to just do what they want. But for everyone else, it's just like it doesn't make sense.
Oh, so does that make you want to target Lily in the near future?
It does. We've had nice chats and I've been like, oh, I got your back, and she's like, yeah, I got yours too. And it's just like we've ended up on opposite sides. But no, I think she's playing a really good game. I just targeting her and going after it's going to be a delicate process because there is really I don't see a way to do it to see that it would like end up successful just because she has those bigger shields of Gizmo and Timmy G. But that is definitely a plan I want to try and pull off.
Okay, valid. I don't. If the veto is used, are you going to try to get Lily up instead of Seb, or you prefer Seb to be up?
I'd prefer Seb to be up. I don't think anyone's because I think Lily's because it was weird because Lily was a co-HOH with Timmy G, and she was very silent about it all. It was very much it seemed like a Timmy G HOH and not a Timmy G and Lily HOH. Like she nominated Jesse, and Jesse wasn't really that active, and she kind of just got away with just like blending into the background, which I noticed. I'm like, how the fuck did she do? Because she has this, like I said, she has the shield of Timmy G, and Timmy G took the blunt of it.
Understandable.
So she's good at like she gave me a run for my money in that Power of Veto comp too. She's good at comps too.
So she's the threat for you. Do you think other people see her as a threat?
I think so. I think maybe they're just not saying it because I think Lily's talking to everyone. Because I talk with Lily, me and Lily, because like we talked a lot during the Power of Veto, and I'm pretty sure she's probably talking a lot to other people. I think she probably has the best social game in the house, which is why nobody's throwing out her name because they're afraid of it getting back to her because she's keeping connected. But I would take a shot at her. I think I'm gonna wait until at least one of Gizmo or Timmy G leaves. Like one of them needs to be gone before that happens, though.
Okay, fair enough. I don't think I have any more questions for this DR. Is there anything else you want to say?
No, I'm really happy that comp didn't last long because I have my class tomorrow and I wanted to get some sleep for it.
Fair enough. You and Timmy O went yeet. Liam, you can have it.
That was iconic. I loved that. I loved Maddie's gas. I love making Maddie gaff. It's so exciting. I also love cursing her out on my Snapchat private story.
Oh, about the comp?
Yeah.
That's fair. Understandable. But that should be all for this DR. I will stop recording.
Cool.